let's get right into it. So Timothy and Jennifer. So after Timothy and Jennifer finally have their first kiss, and then they have all this sexy time with fruit, they get back to Timothy's Airbnb. They start to make out, and then Timothy turns over and goes to bed. And Jennifer is just like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's him. Like, she's very confused. Jennifer is the kind of woman who not only do you have to tell her that you want her, you have to physically show her. Like, she likes being grabbed and picked up and kissed and rubbed on. Like, she is used to very affectionate men. And I think the problem with Timothy is that he's attracted to women of color, but he doesn't know how to pursue or date them. I think that's the issue. Like, I know his ex-fiance and I know that his last girlfriend are both Latina women, and I think that's something that he likes. I just don't think that it's something that he can handle. I really, really don't, because he's very attracted to Jennifer, but he does not know how to handle her. And even when we saw him with his ex-fiance, she just seemed like a lot for him. You know what I mean? But she's probably not a lot for a man of her culture. Timothy likes the essence of these women. He likes how they look. He likes how they will look on his arm, but he doesn't know how to be with these women. You know what I mean? And I think he's also intimidated by the men in their culture, because he's constantly sizing himself up next to, you know, Colombian men, and just feeling like he can't, like, he's not Latin, so he doesn't know how to, like, have sex like a Colombian man. And it's just like, dude, we get it. You know what I mean? But you got to do something or you're going to lose this girl, because Jennifer's just getting tired of him. She's getting tired of the fact that he's just constantly afraid and he's not communicating with her what the issue is. So she's feeling like she's not wanted by this guy, because she takes him to visit a very popular site in Colombia, and Timothy's complaining the entire time. He's just like, oh, it's hot. It's Colombia. Oh, it's a lot of stairs. Are the stairs going to end? And she's just like, she's being very patient with him, but he is just being such a pissant and just being a poor sport. And then they get to this swing thing. I understand Timothy, right? He was just like, she knows I'm afraid of heights. I don't want to do anything like that. But it's the fact that he just shut down everything. I think if he would have been very positive while they were going to these swings or whatever, and just be like, you know what, baby, I'm afraid of heights. Can we do something else? Just look interested. Just like I don't know what else he can do, because he's not doing anything. And I think that he's going to lose her. I really, really do. And it's sad, because he really wants to be with her. And I think she really wants to give him a chance, because she thinks that he's a good guy who can also provide. But Jennifer's the kind of girl who is just like, you got to turn her on all the way. You can't just turn her on financially. She's just like, I'm not going to be in a situation with a guy that can take care of me financially, but he is not tending to my vagina the way it needs to be tended to. I hear you, sis. I hear you. Timothy is threatening to leave, and she's just like, well, go. And then he tries to make up with her. But at this point, Jennifer is just out of it. She really, really is out of it. At this point, the money isn't enough for her. She does not want to be in America and be bored and not be, you know, sex right, period. You know what I mean? If she does come over, she's going to be cheating, because he does not turn her on. And I feel like she's trying, but it's just not working. You know what it is, Jimmy Neutron? You were looking for a beautiful brown Colombian woman. That is not the woman for you. You need to find yourself a nice white woman who works at a Michael's in middle America. That's your speed. You can't deal with a woman like Jennifer. You just can't. You're too intimidated by her to do what it is that you need to do to not only get her, but to keep her. You're too scared. You're too scared. I think you need to go after women that are attainable to you. And I don't think that Jennifer, or at least Timothy, feels like she's attainable for him. I also think that he leads with his money, but he doesn't know how to stand on it. And that's his issue. Like, he leads with it, and then he gets the woman in, but he doesn't know what to do after that. So it's just like, dude, you gotta try a chick in your town. I know there's a chick in your town who, you know, goes to the local church, who has a part-time job at like a daycare. That's what you need to go after, Timothy. That will work for you. These spicy Latina chicks ain't doing it, bro. It's not, no, you can't handle it. You can't. Avery and Omar. So listen, when Avery's mama was just like, oh, I'm done. I'm going back to the United States. You're grown. You done got married and you gonna move to Syria. You do it then. Because after she was sitting over there crying and Avery was just looking at her like, she was just like, go to hell with it then. She don't care, so I don't care. I'm leaving. I'm going back to the U.S. You're grown, do what you need to do. Because she didn't like how Avery was treating her. And I talked about it in my last review, that Avery just looked like she was getting her life, watching her mother cry about her daughter moving to Syria. And just finding that out after her daughter married the man that her daughter don't know and that she don't know. You know what I mean? I felt like her mom was trying to keep it together. But how can you, when your child does this to you, when she drops this on you? It just feels like Avery has put her mother through the ringer. For whatever reason, we don't know, but listen, mother had enough and she was like, I'm out. And I was team mama. I was like, leave. Avery is grown. She know what she doing. Let her figure it out. You go and live your best life with your husband in America. After Avery's mama leaves, Omar and Avery go and consummate their marriage. And we gotta save Omar. Because I was just like, Omar is a virgin and, Avery seems like this ain't her first rodeo, okay? So I just knew that she was going to take this man to seventh heaven, okay? But the next night, in their confessional, like Avery is talking about, how wonderful the honeymoon was, how wonderful their first night was as a couple, and she's just beaming and gushing, talking about it, and Omar is just like, I'm like, you had sex for the first time, and you don't you look miserable. Omar looks miserable. We gotta save him. We gotta save him. A lot of you think that he is just trying to scam to get to the United States. Maybe, but I just think that, even if he is scamming, I think that he realizes that this is a scam that he doesn't want to go through with because it's not worth it. Avery is a lot, because even when they're out, the way Avery is talking, she to him is very disrespectful. He's like, she doesn't listen to me. We are not in the United States. So Avery is leading out like this American woman, and she doesn't realize you can't do all the stuff that you did in America. You can't dance in the street. She was threatening him with dancing in the street. He was like, over here, you can't do that. She's just like, well, you're not going to stop me. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. And I'm just like, you're going to get yourself in trouble and your husband in trouble. A lot of the trouble is going to fall on him because you're his wife and he's supposed to be, keeping you in check. And Omar is just like, she don't listen. Avery is a lot. He wants to send her back home. Omar is just like, I will get to the United States another way. Because, baby, apparently there is a line of women, a lot of them who are my subscribers, who want to be the woman to bring Omar to the United States. Y'all are a mess. I was like, I can't believe I got this many stands. This many Omar stands in my comment section. Y'all love y'all some Omar. Child, that virgin got my comment section hot and bothered, okay? Avery, you better watch out. Nikki Star TV subscribers, coming for your man. Darcy and Tom. Darcy needs help. She needs help. I'm telling you, ma'am, if you spent as much time in therapy as you spend in Saks Fifth Avenue, you will probably be okay. Because Darcy is just emotionally unstable. She just takes everything in as an attack and just falls apart. And Tom, I don't know why he's sticking around. Maybe it's the show. But I promise you guys, if it was me, I would have been got out of that situation with Darcy. She just does not seem well. Darcy, Tom, her sister, and the Albanian Crypt Keeper. Let me stop. Pinocchio. That Pinocchio voice and that grown man. Anyway, they all go out to dinner, and Darcy, her sister just telling her to calm down because Darcy is just, everything that is being said, she's taking it in. Tom doesn't love me. I want him to say it. I want him to want me. I'm not needy. Just out of her mind. And guys, I'm thinking that Darcy is self-medicating because at this dinner, y'all, she couldn't keep her eyes open. Words were slurring. This is before they even got to the restaurant. I do think that she got a little drinking problem because Jesse even mentioned it. He said, when she doesn't drink, we're good. But Jesse was a whole bunch of crap. But I'm just saying, it was mentioned that she loved the liquor a little too long. Right. But I also think, and maybe it's just because I've been in LA long enough to know what this looks like, I think that Darcy is probably, drinking this liquor, but also, washing down some pills. Just appears to be self-medicated. She couldn't even properly sit up at the bar. She's leaning, I'm not needy. I'm like, No, one shot did not get you here, girl. You are doing something else. So it's not just the fact that Darcy is emotionally unstable. I think she's doing something else. Whatever she's doing, for a person like her that wears her heart on her sleeve, it just magnifies all of the other issues that she has, all of the emotional issues that she has. The fact that she is very codependent and very needy and very jealous of her sister, who seems to be in a relationship that she wants to be in that's working. So she has like a lot of problems, and I don't think that the stuff that she is doing, the stuff that she is putting in her body, is helping her issue. I think her sister sees it and she knows, and she tries to like calm her sister down because she doesn't, she loves her and she wants to protect her as well. And she sees that her sister is unraveling on camera. So she she tries to calm her down, but Darcy is just, not well. I hate to say it, but I gotta be honest with what I see. She does not seem well at all. What do you guys think? Do you think it's just liquor, or do you think that Darcy is doing something else? Because I was very alarmed by Darcy's behavior at this dinner. Let's talk about it in the comment section. And before I wrap them up, can we talk about how Florian don't know a lick of English, but he mustered up enough English to let us know in his confessional that Darcy is annoying. He can't put a sentence together, but he got enough English words to say that Darcy is getting on his nerves. Michael and his abuser. So Michael and his abuser are sitting down, just having a conversation, and his abuser finds another hypothetical reason to get upset with him about. Now it's about him wanting a child. And I'm just like, is there something wrong with me? Because I remember Angela saying that she wanted to give him a baby because he does not have any children. All of a sudden, it's Michael now pressuring her to have a child when she was the one who not only introduced this idea, she also sat with her daughter and asked to have one of her eggs. And not only to take one of her eggs and impregnate it with Michael's sperm, also put that same egg in her body and have her daughter carry the child. So now why in the hell are you in Nigeria cussing out Michael about wanting to have a child when you brought this up? This was your whole plan. You set up this whole thing. You introduced this conversation into the relationship. Now you're mad at Michael, wanting to fight him, wanting to break up with him. You are just nuts. Now he wants to have a child and he knows that I'm older. I can't have a child, and if I can't give him a baby, then I'm not going to let him have sex with another woman and we're just going to break up. You brought this into the relationship, not Michael. He's never talked about this. You brought it up, so now he's on board. Then Michael and his abuser goes to a fertility clinic, and they see one egg, but the lady is just like, ma'am, the uterus is barren. There's one egg and that egg is dead. Now you can carry the baby, but you cannot produce any eggs for Michael to, place his sperm within and for you to get pregnant. So you're still going to have to use a donor egg. So now she's falling apart about the donor egg. And I'm like, I just don't understand. She creates situations, then gets mad at Michael and blames him for it. But I'm like, we watched you create it. We watched you set this up. How is this his fault? Michael, there has to be another way for you to get to the United States. Has to be. Talk about Zied and the drama queen. I'm so sick of Rebecca, guys. I feel like I'm gonna have to do her the same way that I do Caesar. Just not talk about her, because I don't feel like the annoyance is worth it. She gets on my nerves. Now she's trying to make Zied out to be a scammer. Zied asked her for money to go meet with his sister to buy a ring, but he didn't tell her. So she's making up all these scenarios about how he's using her for money, speaking very harshly to him about what does he want money for? Why do you need all that money? You've never asked for that much money before. What is going on? I'm like, dummy. He's sitting here, obviously at a jewelry market, wherever this area is. He's asking you for money. He's never asked you for money before. He's asking you for a large amount of money to go meet with his sister to get her a gift. Any reasonable woman would think, oh, he's probably trying to buy me something, but he doesn't really have any money. So that was the conclusion I came to right away. And I was obviously right. Rebecca is just like, oh, my ex took advantage of me, and I know that Ziad is probably doing the same thing. And I'm just like, why are you trying to make him out to be the scammer when you are the only one who has been lying this entire relationship? You are the one that has been lying. You are the one that has been scamming. You are the one trolling Facebook trying to find young brown men so you can have your way with them and get your little freaky desires off white R. Kelly. And you talking about Ziad asking you for money for a ring? You should be locked up. Keep on jumping up and down on these young dudes from destitute situations and acting like it's really love when you just really want to get your freak on with a man that can't run away. Her and Angela, peas in a pod. Can't stand them. Benjamin and Akeny. So, we got a lot to talk about. So, Pastor Benjamin finally got the blessing from Akeny's family. And baby, when I tell you that as soon as he got that blessing, he was out of there. He went right to his little Airbnb that he rented when he first got here. And he was setting up shop, right? Eating the local foods and just, really setting up home. And then there's a knock at the door. In sachets Akeny. So she enters in the apartment. Pastor Benjamin starts showing her around, and then she lays down on the couch. Benjamin lets her know the sleeping arrangements. At first he's just like, does your father know that you're here? And she's just like, oh no, my father doesn't know that I'm here. Because if he knew that I was here, he wouldn't let me stay. And Benjamin's like, okay, well, if you do stay here, you're going to sleep in the room and I'm going to sleep on the couch. And she's like, why? I'm like, Akeny, what? She's like, why? No, we can sleep in the same room together. And Benjamin's just like, no, there's too much temptation. I want to, keep this pure and right until, the time comes when we're married or whatever to, do the, what do they call it? The mambo? What is it called? The genitalia mambo? It's something. Why am I doing this? I forget what it's called, but y'all know what it's called. The lambada. Whatever, right? So Akeny is just like, oh no, it's okay. We can sleep in a, like really trying to get Pastor Benjamin into the bedroom. And so it hit me. Akeny want the D. Pastor Benjamin's D to be exact. I was like, what the hell is going on? Because Akeny was giving him all the signals. Legs wrapped across him, leaning down, titties sitting. I was like, what are you, Akeny? Akeny was like, oh, I'm going to get me some white peen on this trip. Let me tell you something. Homegirl knows what she wants and she going to get it. Akeny told her father that she was at the safari. She didn't specify what kind of elephant she was going to be riding. Girl, work. Girl, work. I will say this, though. We have all, like when this whole process started, we were all team Akeny. We have all jumped ship and now we're all on team Pastor Benjamin because this is the thing. He's been made to jump through hoops to get this woman who he barely knows. Like then we have Akeny coming over to his place, lying to her father who he just got approval from to marry her about where she is. It looks bad on Benjamin. He's trying to lead out in a way that her father would respect. And she is over here enticing him, trying to get him in the bed. Now listen, Benjamin got self-control. We all got self-control. Akeny is talking about walking around him in a towel with nothing else on. I wouldn't be surprised if he, have a little taste of her Godiva. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, if she's walking around enticing this dude and they in the same apartment together. So anyway, so after Akeny tries to get past the Benjamin's D and he turns her down, they go on, are they at a safari now? Are they going are they at a zoo? Wherever they go someplace where there's animals. And Benjamin brings up his son, Grayson. One thing that's very important to him is his son. And he's just like, if Akeny and my son don't mesh, then it's just not going to work. If she's not okay with being a stepmom, then I just can't marry her because my son is my priority. And I love that. I love that he did that because not a lot of parents do that. There are some parents who choose the partner and it's the hell with the kid. They don't care if the partner is terrible to their child. They just want to make sure that this partner is there for them and not for their child. And I like the fact that Benjamin was just like, it's my child first. I love Akeny, but if she's not here for my son, it won't work. So I love that, right? So Benjamin is trying to talk to her about, her being a stepmom. And I think there was just a communication misunderstanding because Benjamin left their conversation thinking that Akiny didn't want to be Grayson's stepmom. And I think that Akiny was just saying, I've never been a mom. You know what I mean? So to walk into this relationship, into this marriage, and I'm automatically somebody's stepmom, I wouldn't want to jump into that, because I wouldn't want to jump in and have this authoritative position over this young man and we've never met. I would want to meet him as a friend and then start to build from there. That's what I was getting from Akiny. But I think that Benjamin was just hearing her say that she didn't want to be a mom. I think she was just saying, I don't want to be a disciplinarian over your son and I don't know him. So maybe if they start to develop a relationship and she feels like she can get there with Grayson and that he likes her and he invites her in to be a stepmom, then of course I think she'll be down for that. But I think she was just saying, I don't want to approach him as a stepmom. I'd rather be introduced to him as a friend. That's what I got. What did you guys think? Because let's break it down. If Akiny and Benjamin do get married, right? Akiny will be moving to the United States to live with a man that she barely knows, right? As his wife. And she cannot work. She knows nobody there. So she's dependent on this man who not only is from a different culture, bringing her into this foreign land where she's solely dependent upon him, in a place that is not too keen on relationships that look like theirs, raising a child who is part of two identities, who is from cultures that have issues. And then not only is she starting out as a wife in a foreign land, she's starting out as a stepmom, and she got to deal with his ex-wife who was Grayson's mother. That's a lot that this girl is taking on. You know what I mean? So she's just like, I don't want to come in like that. I don't want to come in and be a problem with your ex-wife. I don't want to come in and try to be Grayson's mama. Let me just come in and ease into this position. You want me to be stepmama overnight? That's a lot. And I don't think that Benjamin is taking that in. I think he just wants to have a wife, and I think he wants to have a stepmom for Grayson. For whatever his own personal reasons is, I think he wants it overnight, and I don't think that he's understanding that he's asking a really big ask of Akiny. Now let's talk about this dinner, because I have questions. So Benjamin and Akiny go out to dinner. Akiny gets one margarita. She takes 2 sips and she is drunk. And I'm confused, right? Because I don't drink. But in my community, I'm the only person that doesn't drink, right? So I've seen what tipsy looks like. I've seen what buzz look like. I've seen what drunk looks like. I've seen what blackout pissy drunk looks like. I've seen violent drunks. I've seen happy drunks. I've seen horny drunks. I've seen the whole spectrum of, people drinking alcohol. I have never in my life seen somebody take 2 sips of an alcoholic beverage and be this drunk. Never in my life. The only person that I know who would do something like that is my best friend Raina. What's up, Raina? In high school, she used to act drunk. She would drink like ginger ale, and she'd be like, oh my goodness, I'm so drunk. And we would be like, girl, it's ginger ale. Like, we know that you put ginger ale in that Coke 45 bottle and you're drinking it to try to act like you're drunk. You're not drunk, Raina. Love you, girl. But that's the only person I've ever seen it. And she was clearly acting. So I'm just like, is Akiny putting it on? Because this was ridiculous. 2 sips and she was drunk. I was just like, listen, even if you're a lightweight, you are not getting that pissy over 2 sips of a margarita. Akiny, are you doing it up for the cameras? Are you really like putting on all this extra stuff for the cameras? Benjamin didn't like it. And I understand, but I was looking at it just like, sis, you playing. You have to be. Like, I don't want to make that assumption and I don't drink, but this just seems so far stretched. I can't believe it. So that's it for me. As you guys know, I am no longer covering Uncle Caesar because I just think that it's a scam and it doesn't make any sense for him to even have a storyline if we're never going to meet Maria. Like, it doesn't make sense. We're basically watching Caesar's vlog YouTube channel while day players come in and interact with him because we're never seeing the woman that he's talking about while he's on this show. It's 90 Day Fiancé. It is about American couples trying to marry partners from different countries. And the thing that makes this show great is that you see these 2 people try to come together and make it work, make their relationship work. See how each other would be able to live in each other's environment and how each other works with each other's culture. And just watch this couple navigate their relationship with all of the difficulties with being from different countries, language barriers, all of that stuff. We don't get to see that with Caesar. We just see Caesar walk around with edible panties and have, interactions with day players. Like, no, it's not interesting and it's not worth my time, and I'm not going to waste your time. So we're not going to cover Uncle Caesar unless we see Maria. If we don't see Maria, I'm not talking about him. But this was a good episode, especially the parts where Akiny was trying to get past the Benjamin's D. Okay, I can't believe it. Akiny, girl. You're fast behind. Do your pastor father know? Probably not. What did you guys think of this episode? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you Sunday for the following episode of Love at the Lockup Before the 90 Days. I've done a lot of reviews tonight. Before the 90-day fiance, before the 90 days. Love you guys. Bye.